I greet you all with love. I'm going to introduce myself as Rabbi Gabriel Cousens, MD, and I am very honored to be speaking at this gathering of Best of Raw. I want to particularly thank Laura Fox, who is an amazing live food vegan visionary activist who has created a variety of things and is the moving force behind the Best of Raw gathering that we're having this evening. It's really an honor to participate in it and really to be very much aligned with the vision, which is to bring, as far as I understand, the live food vegan movement to the world. So I again honor Laura Fox, and actually I want to honor everyone here for participating in this very important vision. We are not a great majority of the world. 0.5% of the US are vegans, and speculate that maybe a tenth of the vegan world is vegan live food, which is going to be 0.05%. Aha! But the good news is a small, clear minority can greatly affect the majority. As I have moved into the live food movement in the late 70s, I initially, like everyone else, was more focused on what it could do for me. My particular interest was spirituality, and one of the first contributions I made to the live food movement was the idea of live foods can help us become a superconductor of the divine. My initial moving in to the live food world was really for my personal interests, which is and was spirituality, and I'm very honored to be able to have introduced the idea that live food is the most optimal diet for supporting spiritual life and helping us become superconductors of the divine. But along the way, I also saw that we had to refine the diet so it would work for everybody. And part of my work in the early 80s was bringing in the concept of how to individualize your diet, because some people needed more or less protein. There wasn't one diet for everyone. Just that alone has opened up the potential, in my experience, that literally 99.99% of people can be successful on a live food diet with that and the use of certain supplements, because today there is no diet, meat eating or live food, that is completely sufficient on its own because of the stresses of the environment and the toxicity of the environment, which is unique in history. But as we move beyond that, which is taking care of ourselves, there's another phase which I believe the Best of Raw is very much about, and that's how it can help humanity. And my work and the work of the Tree of Life has really embodied that. We have people literally from over 105 different nations that have come to the Tree of Life for not only their own vegan spiritual retreat, but also for training. We've established the first master's program in the world that actually is a university degree. And from that, we have had a variety of very, very exciting work by master's students, including Philip and Susan Madley and their work with vegan children, and our interview with 525 live food people who have been on live foods for at least 2 years, and at least 80%, showing dramatic improvement. And many of our students, our master students, and later our Essene priests and priestesses have gone out and helped establish these teachings around the world. So this is all part of the movement of the live food evolution that we're seeing, that I feel very much part of as we participate in the education and science part of the story. But there's more, which I think is very important, because now we see that live food is going out to all over the world. I personally has spoken in almost every continent in the world, in Central America, South America, almost every country in Europe, New Zealand, Australia, Bali, Thailand, Hong Kong, and bringing the message, which is the fundamental part, which I feel best of all is to be doing as part of the overall vision for now and in the future. So I'm very pleased to see that this organization is moving the information that way. The humanitarian aspects are something I believe is just beginning. I know the work at the tree, we have actually brought the live food vegan teaching in connection to our very successful diabetes program into Mexico, Ghana, Nigeria. We've just recently been asked by the president of Ethiopia to come set up a live food vegan program there for the healing of diabetes. Just last week, I spoke to the Russian Congress, who was interested in the importance of live food, as they're thinking about, wow, we have this huge pandemic of diabetes. What are we going to do? And countries around the world are understanding that they cannot afford to continue the way they're doing it. And they're looking towards the live food movement, and particularly the work with the diabetes, where we're literally, in my last 110 people, healing 60% of the non-insulin dependent diabetes and 28% of the insulin dependent type 2 diabetes, and more exciting, at least 10% of the type 1. This is very exciting, and that information is getting out around the world, and so now suddenly we have a very important way to empower the world to address the live food approach to this major pandemic. So we had these humanitarian projects that are, again, opening up the door for people to start thinking about veganism and live food as really a way of healing the planet. As I look at in the future for this organization, and really for what I'm doing at the tree, and they're one and the same, the future for the live food movement and veganism, I see that the humanitarian work will become one of the most important things we can offer to the world. Part of that, too, is connected to the importance of us beginning to be much more unified. Yes, there are different approaches. Yes, there are different viewpoints. We should be very careful not to be involved in personality attacks because there are differences. That this unity is very, very important as we, as a minority, a vast minority, begin to reach the whole world. So I want to hold that the importance of respect in our dialogue for each other. I'd like to conclude with a thought, and that is that in each generation, the medicine for healing the world is given. Live food veganism is the medicine we've been given for healing the world. Live food veganism is both the wave of the present and the wave of the future. Thank you very much. It is an honor to speak with you and to share these thoughts with you.